the last 3 or 4 years, we have managed to move into their core places, like let's say Latehar. All the engagement of the CRPF which is taking place now, or our armed forces, is taking place in their strongholds. So be it Latehar, be it Bastar, all the incidents that are taking place in their strongholds. Whenever they feel that they are being attacked in their core areas, they are very, it is something that you cannot wish away. You can have some huge military operations because we don't know who the enemy is. We have huge, I get a lot of tweets about why don't we let the army go in, or why don't we have some major, but who do we take out? We don't know, because they are totally intermingled with the people or the tribal in the villages. In this thing, we tried to have, in the last 3 or 4 years, we have engaged in their core issues. So whenever they think that we are engaging too much, and we pushed we have 86 battalions of CAPFs in these states where the paramilitary, where the Naxal problem is. So, but basically we try to move all our paramilitary forces into the core areas. So the two strategies to remove us from the core areas is, one is to target soft targets. One is to hit soft targets, that's like what they did in Chhattisgarh, of politicians and normal people. And the second is the fronts which are not the core issues, like what they've done with the district magistrate of Jharkhand, the SP of Jharkhand. The area where he belongs to, there is actually no great Naxal problem in that area. In fact, there is not even one battalion of the paramilitary forces in Jumka or in that thing. In fact, after this incident, we have pulled out 2 battalions and rushed it to this area. So the prime strategy in these kind of situations is that they, from the core issues, when they feel that the government is concentrating a lot in core issues, they open up new fronts by taking out people in places which are not the core areas, or secondly is by opening up, attacking soft targets. So this is the strategy in 2012 we've seen, because if you see the statistics of 2011, we've had a huge number of coming down of, as far as security personnel getting killed, or security personnel or incidents with Naxal violence. So overall, if you see, 2011 was a far better year than the last couple of years, and we had seriously got all our central forces into their core areas maximum. The other problem is that all states, basically all the paramilitary forces, all the funds that we give to the Naxal affected states are given to states. Every state has a different policy of how to tackle Naxalism. For example, Bihar, they have a different system. In Andhra Pradesh, they have a different system. Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, everybody, whichever political party is in power, has their own way of dealing. So in fact, we don't have a uniform central kind of position where we have one uniform policy in all the states for Naxalism. So that is something we have to adjust with according to the needs in different states, and according work with the state governments to take on Naxalism. But primarily our main target is to hit the top leadership of where it is emanating from. On the ground we have seen, that they are not getting that kind of support that they needed. That definitely is there. Secondly, the biggest problem that they are having is of arms and ammunition. That is the supply chain that we have managed to cut to a certain extent. It's not that we can definitely do better. We can have better coordination amongst central forces as well as the police forces. Some states are doing extremely well, and some states are not managing to do that well. In my opinion, modernization of the kind of money that we have given to states which are worst affected. Some states, the money that we are going to build roads, to for police posts or fortified police stations have not actually come up at the kind of pace that they should have. So basically that hinders the mobility of all the paramilitary forces as well as the police forces of the state government. So that is something that we are looking at, and in fact after this very unfortunate incident that took place in Chhattisgarh, where we had a review meeting in Raipur, where the Prime Minister was there himself, and after that in the Chief Minister's conference in the evening, all the things. So priority is now for the infrastructural development of these worst affected areas where there can be a movement of troops in these areas.